Hi folks, Dave Schmidt here. Hey, it's the afternoon of Sunday, January 3rd, and yes, here I am. I'm at my friend Mark's house, and I'm back in Maui. And my trip this week wasn't a vacation. It was about having meetings and doing some research with some various people that have been very, very important in the story that's going to be told. In fact, what I want to do on this quick update, I actually want to make sure I go over my notes. And so here's what I have. I want to talk about some of the finances, the upcoming workshops, and the future programs. Now, this video is going to be just an introduction. Now, I also want to say next week, January 9th, is the workshop in Sedona. There are plenty of seats. If you want to be there, I want you to come. There are lots of scholarship seats available. There are a few what are called benefactor seats available. And here's why you're going to want to be there. I shouldn't say not yesterday, 2 days ago, I had an interview with Dr. Alex Lesson and his wife Janet. Now he also goes by Sasha, so he goes by Sasha Lesson. Dr. Lesson is credited with being one of the foremost scholars on the Anunnaki and the history of the Anunnaki with the Sumerian records that comes out of it. Dr. Lesson has a PhD out of UCLA. He has been studying on these things for well over 30 years. He is a noted expert in this area, and the interview I had with them in their home was absolutely fantastic. We spent 6 hours together. I'm going back there again tomorrow, and we're going to do another follow-up interview that on Wednesday night, I'm going to have a pre-recorded radio program with Dr. Lesson and his wife Janet. Why is it so important? Well, here's what was so amazing for both of us. We came away realizing that we were both the missing links to each other's story. What I get to say now is I understand the full story. What about all this gold? Go back and look at my YouTube page, and it was about maybe 5-6 weeks ago. I had the story about the gold, the gold, the gold. It's all about the gold. And when you understand the history of the Anunnaki race and what they had done in our planet and who they were and where they had come from and how this is all established in archaeological records, this is not a matter of folklore. It's not a matter of channeled messages. This is a matter of actual recorded history. This is going to completely start to change and unfold the whole story. You're going to find that I'm going to be interviewing them more in the upcoming programs, in my weekly radio programs. You're going to find how this whole story completely fits together. And here's why you want to be at the Sedona workshop. Because I am, for the very first time, going to share that full story. We all started this around the whole issue of the currencies. And now it's going to make more sense than ever before where the money comes from. I had been saying from the very beginning, where is the money going to come from that's going to pay for an RV, a GCR, or whatever you want to call it? And it's now beginning to make sense. You're going to want to be there for that Sedona workshop, because I will not have another one until here in Maui on February 20th. And the one here in Maui, I'm going to bring in some special guests. It's going to be a great special workshop. If you want to take a vacation and come here for a one-day workshop on February 20th, we would love to have you. And then we're going to do something different. The day after, my friend here where I'm staying at his house, Mark, he does tours of whale watching tours. He is able to charter a boat, and February is the absolute best month of the year. It's when the humpback whales are here and they're giving births on an annual basis. And the humpback whales here in the area around Maui, they're all over the place. Mark was out on a boat yesterday. He was part of a crew that had a chartered sailboat, and he had all kinds of pictures of the whales yesterday. So you can come here, come for a one-day workshop, and then the day after, on the 21st, what we're going to do is that we're going to take a group out. Now, the cost will be dependent upon how many people actually sign up, but it will be somewhere between $35 to $50 for a full, complete one-day tour, about 3 to 4 hours out on the water of a whale tour, and you will not be disappointed in that at all. So there's one other thing I want to announce that I was able to do on this trip. Before I came to Maui, I spent my first 3 days in Los Angeles. Obviously, one day was with my son around the holiday season, and I was also then able to meet with my most favorite author, Gary Renard, author of Disappearance of the Universe. When I leave Maui, I fly back into the Los Angeles airport, and I'm going to have breakfast with Gary again. Gary and I had an absolutely great conversation. You're going to find him being a guest on my upcoming radio programs as well. One other thing I want to announce, I'm going to be somewhat changing the formats of my radio programs. It's been very rare for me to ever bring in a guest. That's going to be shifting, where you're going to now be finding I'm going to bringing in a lot more guests. You're going to find Dr. Lesson, who is going to be on my program probably on, don't want to say a frequent basis, but multiple times. Gary Renard will be on my program multiple times. And I'm going to start bringing in what I call other wonderful spiritual, metaphysical workers and healers, and how it all fits into place about what is our role as a human race. Who are we? What is this role of the Anunnaki? Why are we in a shift in an era of time? And what are the things that are necessary for us to shift and change our lives, but not only that, understand and know this role of the gold and the funding for projects and the funding for personal issues and all the money beginning to take place. Yesterday, I had spent time talking with 3 of my best friends, and they will all tell you I was jacked. What else could I say? It was like after that time that I had with Dr. Lesson and his wife Janet, it was amazing. It was like everything fit and came in and put into place. And what I'm also realizing, I now have the full story to be able to write my book. And I'm already started on that. I'm about basically 40 pages into a book. It'll probably be about, 220, 240 pages. And obviously, I'm telling the story. My job is to tell the story about how all of this unfolded, where everything came from, the role of the Anunnaki, the role of us as the human race, and how we are moving into a new era. It is what is called the Aquarian Age, the Golden Age. And it's not ironic that all this gold that has been kept in secret for literally thousands and thousands of years is now ready to start to being released under the human race. I'm going to have more to share with that in the future. And obviously, folks, and I'm trying to be very honest when I say this, is that there are things I can share at the workshops that I cannot share on the internet. If you can make it to Sedona next Saturday, January 9th, there's still plenty of room, folks. You are going to want to be there. Thank you. Okay, I love all of you. And yeah, I'm having an absolutely wonderful time here in Maui, even though this trip was predominantly for work. Hey, I haven't been really in the water yet. I haven't really done real deep, what I call vacation stuff, but it still has been absolutely wonderful. Beautiful day here today, mid-70s, Maui. What else can you say? Love it. Thanks to all of you. There we go. All right. Got a little tongue-tied there. Thank you to all of you. Love all of you. Hope to see you in Sedona. If not, hope to see you on the radio program on Wednesday night. Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye-bye.